Happy Halloween, everyone. Happy Halloween or October. Or I would say that if it was actually October and Halloween, but it's neither. It is November. It's actually the middle of November. Actually, more so, I think we're getting to the end of November. Yeah, that sounds about right. We're getting close to Thanksgiving now. Thanksgiving, just a time of year when you can hang out with family, get into some annoying traffic, and also, eat some delicious food. Yeah, I could say the annoying traffic thing's probably not, the best thing, but Thanksgiving, and all that. I actually am kind of looking forward to Thanksgiving. I'm not really looking forward to having to, go back, because I'm going to have to probably go back the same day, but, I wanted to upload this video, around Halloween. I actually had a difficult time this year getting some videos done on Halloween, or in October like I wanted. I had a couple videos I was going to do. I was going to do a Scooby-Doo review. That was going to be a Halloween thing. I was going to review an episode of Tough Puppy, but that was unavailable on Paramount Plus, because, streaming, in general, not just Paramount, but in general, is so complicated. It's, hard to find stuff you want to watch. And then you got, I had, the Scooby-Doo episode was gonna be a Scooby-Doo, the Scooby-Doo show and all that. That never happened. I had some plans for some stuff, but I didn't get it all done. So, unfortunately, I had to redo all that. So that's what I'm basically doing here. I'm gonna be doing all this. Well, I'm doing this video, but I'm probably gonna pass on the other ones right now. Well, I have to pass on Tough Puppy because I don't have access to the show right now. Unless maybe I go on Prime Video and, watch it on there, but I'd have to pay, to watch the show, and I'm like, if I'm gonna pay for it, I wanna watch it, I wanna be able to actually own the thing, so. Right now, that stuff will have to be skipped, but that's okay, we can always do it later. But this video is something a little special thing I wanna do here. We're going to be not reviewing a movie or a show or a store or something this time around. We're going to be reviewing technology stuff. And by technology stuff, we're going to be reviewing a video game for Halloween, even though it's not Halloween anymore. Yeah, we're not even reviewing a place. So we're not even reviewing candy. So we're going to be reviewing an actual game. And this game is none other than Luigi's Mansion 1. Yes, the original Luigi's Mansion. I'm gonna be reviewing this game. Now, actually, for a long time here, I actually did not want to. Well, I wasn't sure if I was gonna how I was gonna review the games. The reason why it's taking me so long on doing this is because, unlike the movies and stuff and shows, I wanted to show clips of gameplay footage and all that, because they weren't really copyrighting the stuff as bad, with that stuff. But I've been noticing the copyright system has been getting way out of hand, and all that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and review it like this and show images instead, So that's what I'm going to be doing here, I'm going to be reviewing this game. And, kind of talking about my thoughts on it, because why not? I figured this is the one I want to start out with. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now, before I actually do this, I must say, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It will really help me out a lot. Don't worry, there's no bombs or anything or ghosts on your phone that are haunting you. There's no reason why you can't subscribe to my channel. Although I will say, jokes aside, I will say that some people may not be interested in my videos, and that's fine. But I am trying to get to 1K subs. So let's see if we can actually do this. So, anywho, now that I got that out of the way, well, also you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'll get that too, because, I'm trying to put myself on more platforms too, so people can keep up with things better. But, anywho though, let's go ahead and actually review this game now, because I've been wanting to review this game. So, as I was saying, Luigi's Mansion, is the game I'm choosing for Halloween themed and all that, even though it's, November. I need to kind of stop saying that, but I'm kind of upset I didn't get it done. It just took me forever to make this video. It really did. I got busy and all that, and all that, so I didn't get it done. But, I'm here to review it now. So let us go ahead and actually talk about the game. So, this is the game Luigi's Mansion. This game is a game I actually grew up playing a lot growing up. I played it a lot growing up. I played this game. It's a game where you go around catching ghosts and, disturbing their natural environment, like stealing a fat guy's food, and, basically, torturing babies and all that. Oh yeah, it's all that kind of stuff. Have Luigi going around messing with people's environment because an old man tells him to. Speaking of old men, this is the old, oops, I guess I forgot the images there. Oh well, but there's actually an old man named Egad. Egad is actually, I thought I included his image, but I forgot. Well, Egad is the guy who will be following you throughout the entire mansion. Yes, he'll be following you, or, and basically, because he's too old apparently to catch ghosts, so he needs Luigi to do it. Because at the same time, you're going through the game trying to save Mario. Because Mario, somehow got himself kidnapped by King Boo. I'm not really sure why he was there, was he trying to hog the mansion to himself, or make himself a home? I'm like, come on, Luigi just got the mansion and all that. You don't need to hog the mansion to yourself. You got Princess Peach and an entire castle. Luigi is stuck living in your own house. Like, come on, man, just let the poor boy let him have his happy moment. Well, like I said, Mario gets himself kidnapped by King Boo somehow, and it's up to Luigi to team up with Egad to go clear the mansion, get the portrait ghost back, and save his friend. Yes, save his friend. That's basically what the whole thing is. And I will say this. I'm gonna say this right now. I will say that technically, in my opinion, Luigi is you go with him and all that. You get catch ghosts and all that. I will say, unlike most games, I'm gonna say this. I do like the fact that we actually get a tutorial and all that, catching the ghost. Yeah, we actually get one of those. However, I don't like, though, how you can only get the orange ghost and not the other ghost, too. By the way, the orange ghosts, I think, are golden ghosts, which, honestly, I don't understand why they're gold. They're clearly orange. They're not even gold. They're orange. But you don't get any ghost. You don't get anything from the purple punchers, the grabber ghost, and all that. You don't get any tutorial stuff on that. So you're basically stuck, only doing one ghost, which honestly kind of makes the tutorial kind of feel kind of sloppy. I mean, it's nice and all to be able to at least know how to catch the ghost, but some of them, attack differently and all that. So it would be kind of nice if you could do that. Also, throughout the game, there's also these toads. Which, by the way, these toads, I'm not gonna lie, are huge crybabies. They really are, Like, honestly, I don't know why we even count on Toad. Apparently Princess Peach sent Toad to go after Mario, because Mario has not returned, so that means Mario's been gone for a little while now, so, he's been gone for a while. But yeah, he's been gone, so I bet Peach got worried and all that, so, she sends Toad to go after, but honestly, Toad doesn't do jack shit. Honestly, like, why does Princess Peach even, like, or anybody, like I said, anybody in the Mushroom Kingdom, why do they even count on the freaking Toads? You know, why do they even count on them? I guess technically, the Mushroom Kingdom is, surrounded by Toads, you know, so they are the citizens, but I'm like, they clearly are crybabies. I mean, we got Toad over here crying. Instead of, like, looking for Mario, he just freaking sits there and cries. And all that. And there's another one that cries because a key got dropped down the toilet. Like, I don't know, it just seems kind of weird and kind of useless and all that. You can talk to the Toads, though, and they will actually brighten up the rooms. So if you want to, like, brighten up more rooms, you know, and all that, and 100% the game a bit more, you can actually talk to them, and they will brighten the rooms up. I actually kind of like doing that when I go to the games. I like being able to, you know, go to the games and all that, and being able to, you know, like, 100% the rooms, like, brighten them up. I always think that's kind of a fun part of the game. It's actually really fun, you know, going through the game and actually doing that stuff. But yeah, I will say, yeah, Toad is technically annoying. I will say he's not he's not a great, you know, like a great character and all. I don't ever really like Toad. I thought the Toads were always kind of, again, kind of annoying and didn't really serve much of a purpose, but that's just kind of me, you know. But I don't know, I just don't. But again, I can't really say, again, I can't really say that, you know, it's, you know, again, it's a bad thing. Like, it doesn't take away the game. It just, like, again, I just kind of wish they had more to do. This is also, I guess, back in the day when Toads were kind of more in the background. I mean, even like Mario 64, they were kind of just there. Like, they were there to give you advice and all that, but they really didn't do anything. You know, they just kind of just stood there. So they felt like they were kind of, you know, just standing there. But yeah, I will say, you know, being able to turn the lights on and all that, it actually is really nice. I will say, though, I don't like, though, how they, I don't like how you can't turn the lights on in every part of the mansion. Yeah, there are exceptions. At least as right now as recording this, I have not ever found a way to turn the hallway lights on in the Area 4. You know, because, you know, because I don't know, just like, I guess because every area you complete, you get like the hallway lights on, but they never turn on in the 4th area. I guess that's because you gotta beat the final boss, and that's part of the 4th area, but you do capture a portrait ghost, which I'll be talking about in a second, which he creates like these paintings and all that, which is pretty cool. I actually had someone call me there. Well, actually, that actually works pretty good, though. So yeah, sorry about getting interrupted. I have to keep my phone on silent there, I can't keep it on silent in case I need someone to call me, but yeah, I'm back, you know, to talk about more of the game, but as I was saying, though, you know, before I was interrupted, I was talking about the hallway stuff and all that. Yeah, basically, the thing is, though, with the game is the ghost, well, on the ghost, I mean, if you clear rooms out and all that with the ghosts, they'll, like, the lights will turn on, but they never turn on in the actual hallways, because, I think it might be an area thing, but like I said, there was a ghost, a painting ghost, that has that too, and he's basically, I guess he counts kind of as a special portrait of Ghost because he's kind of a boss because you get a special key to, for him, and all that. So I don't really know why. But as for right now, yeah, you can't turn any of the hallway lights on that I'm aware of. You can like I think I've seen some people mod or hack the system, and you've been able to turn on the lights. I don't know if you can turn them on without it. So yeah, because there's actually another section of the mansion, not just the hallways, but like the upstairs part over by the stairs by the safari room. Yeah, you can't do that either. So there's clearly I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of weird you can't turn the lights on, but I don't know. But it would be kind of cool if you could just go back to the game and like after you beat the final boss, and then you can go through the mansion and just do it like that and just explore it with the lights all on. But I don't know. But anywho, I wanted to kind of talk about something else we have now. Something else I want to talk about. Speaking of like improving stuff over time, like the Toads, we now get ourselves cutscenes. Yes, cutscenes. We get some cutscenes and all that. We get cutscenes throughout the game and all that with like with like these pictures here, which by the way, these guys look freaking very weird. Like, they don't even look like they come out of the Mario universe. I guess to be fair, technically Mario and Luigi have like big noses and all that, but these guys don't even look like they're like even related to the actual Mario universe. They just look weird. They look very, very weird. But yeah, that's pretty much, we do get some cutscenes. What's frustrating, though, is you can't skip the cutscenes. You can't skip them. And that's actually a thing in a lot of games. You can't skip the cutscenes. But there are, like, little pieces of cutscenes, but you can't really, again, you can't skip them. So, like, if you're wanting to, like, speed run the game or something, you can't really skip the cutscenes and all that, to make like, get past it. It's kind of annoying, but the cutscenes are not very long, so it's not, like, the biggest thing and all that. Now, I will say this, though. I do want to point this out. This is something that actually frustrates the hell out of me with this game. I will say that the game controls good for the most part. It doesn't control bad. You also get something with sidestepping mode and standard mode. I always play with standard mode, but you can play with side mode. But one thing that's freaking annoying as hell in this game is the freaking ghost. Like when you turn the light and suck them up, a lot of times they'll disappear, or like you're trying to catch them, like you have both of them stunned, and it only catches like one of them at a time. It's very, very specific on how you do things, which can make catching some of the ghosts a huge, real pain in the ass. A real huge pain in the ass. I'm not joking. Like, especially when you get like a room full of freaking ghosts, it can be annoying as hell to do this. And I will say that. I will definitely say that. And depending on what version of the game you have, some of the versions of the game, there's like more ghosts. Yeah, I'm not kidding. There's literally more, like, there's different versions of the game. I haven't brought that up. But in the, I think it's the European version or something, the Hidden Mansion, you actually, the Hidden Mansion, like, basically you can catch the ghosts a lot faster, but they take more HP, which is what you have in the American version, but I think they also have more HP, I can't remember that part. But I do know the mansion's like flipped around, and there's also way more ghosts that spawn too, and the bosses are a lot more difficult too. So yeah, they make it a lot more difficult. But for some reason in the American version, they don't really have that for the Hidden Mansion. And I figured I'd bring it up because I'm talking about the ghost, but But yeah, I'm pretty sure it'd probably make it more of a pain in the ass to catch them, because I have gotten damaged by some ghosts. But yeah, but as I was saying though, yeah, I think this is kind of just kind of one of those things I will say that really, really, really frustrates me about the game. But I will say, yeah, for the most part, though, it doesn't control bad. It really doesn't. Also, you can apparently call Mario throughout the game, which I guess I wanted to find some uses for the A button. So they basically, they make it where you can, like, call him, which may seem like it's not a bad thing. My problem is like when you're knocking on stuff or, like, opening doors, sometimes Mario will, he'll call Mario out, and all that can be kind of annoying. Also, you see him in a well, like, not even, like, halfway in the game, you see him in a well, in a painting, so I'm like, why do you need to call him, Why do you need to freaking call Mario, I don't really get that. Speaking of Mario, you do also go through the game and find random objects that are his. Apparently, these ghosts have an obsession with his shoes and gloves, I guess, because like two rooms hold like in chest and all that. One of them has twins. It's just weird. Like why are they going through the mansion scattering with his shit? I'm like, I don't get it. Like, how does he even have? I don't even know how he has spares. Like, for some reason, Mario has like spare clothes and all that. He only brought one shoe and one glove, though. That's not gonna do any good for him. But I feel like it would have been better if they would have gave like each room, like you could have found like his items, but maybe there was more than one pair of each, or maybe they had him in two pairs in each room instead of just having like one shoe and one glove in each room. I thought that was kind of weird. He also has a star, so I'm like, why didn't he just use that to defend himself, I guess the invincible thing can't work on Ghost. I don't really know. It just seems kind of weird that he brought a star with him too, So I guess maybe Princess Peach gave him a star. Maybe it's not a power like an invincibility star. Maybe it's just a power star. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. He has that too. Going in the room and actually getting some of these items like that one's actually pretty cool. It's probably my favorite one to get, because you can light these candles up, because you're forced to get these ghosts. You have to light the candles up, and then they light up purple, and you gotta fight them, and then you can go in the room, because they won't let you go without that, and I think it's cool. And shooting at the moon isn't too bad either. I will say it's a little bit annoying having to shoot at him, at the moon, because the way you have to angle Luigi, but it's usually not too bad. But it can be a little bit annoying too for like speedrunners or something, or speedrunning the game. But yeah, I will say that's pretty interesting there. And then we gotta talk about another thing that's worth talking about in this game, and that is the Speedy Spirits. Yeah, we have Speedy Spirits in this game, which are basically blue versions of the Golden Ghost, aka Orange Ghost, because again, they're orange, not gold. I've seen Gold Ghost. I've seen some. Because the second game actually has a gold and green, but we'll talk about the second game down the road. But I will say though, the ghosts themselves, I don't think they're actually that, I don't think they're that bad, really, when it comes to getting cash. But yeah, they're not that bad, I will say though, actually, they're not bad when it comes to, catching them to get gold, I guess, because they can actually help your ranking. Now catching them, I'll say catching them is probably the absolute worst thing, though, for me. Like, try catching these ghosts. I'm sure you're gonna have a fun time catching them, because they literally go freaking speeding around and all that. I usually don't have too much trouble catching them. I'm surprisingly considered the other ghosts. I shine the light on them and disappear so easily. But they're freaking obnoxious to catch. Once they start running around, you can't catch them. Oh, and when you catch them, their fucking money goes flying everywhere. I guess because of how fast they're going. Because the money in this game, it disappears so damn fast. By the time you're going and collecting it, it disappears too fast, where you can't catch all of it. It's not just the speedy spirits. It's a lot of objects and crap in general. Like even some chests have a bunch of cash in them too, and they go freaking flying everywhere. Where trying to catch them is pretty much impossible. And some of the money will randomly float in the air too, it'll randomly I'm not kidding, it'll randomly just float in the air, like, I'm like, I knew this mansion was haunted and all that, but I didn't think, it'd be haunted with my cash. I hope Luigi didn't bring his wallet with him, and take off his credit card information. But it's just kind of strange, though. It's really strange and all that, But yeah, I think they're a cool addition to the game. I just wish they weren't such a pain in the ass to catch. Like, I get they're supposed to be really hard they're supposed to be harder to catch because, they're special ghosts that hold money in there. But I wish they would make it where they wouldn't continue running around. Especially with a shitty flashlight you have and all that. And when you shine a light on them, it'll it can actually again, make them disappear. And the thing is, once they disappear, you can't get them again unless you reset the game. So unless you actually save the game, you can't get it, So, to be fair, I guess, in that case, the crying baby toads, I guess, can be useful there. Especially, except for giving you hints, but if you've already played the game, it doesn't really do you any good. But yeah, I will say that. I will say they're not like the worst thing ever, but they can be a huge pain in the ass to catch. But the thing is, though, a lot of the speedy spirits are also kind of they're more towards the first couple areas in the game. So they're very close to save spots, but it can still be annoying. But speaking of annoyance, I will say this. So Egad, this is actually what he looks like, by the way. Not close up. If you look at him close up, he looks very weird and all that. But I'm not sure why he looks like. He just looks so weird. But basically he'll go around the mansion. As like I said, he'll help you with some stuff and hints and all that, which is fun and all that. But then he tries to tell you about the portrait ghost and how the portrait ghost. If you shine your Game Boy Horror on their hearts, because you can do that in this game. Which, by the way, is probably a pretty cool feature. I really wish it was. I will say this: it's not. I don't think it's included in 3. I know it's not included in the second game, which really sucks. But it is included in this game, and it's really cool going around the mansion and scanning stuff. It's pretty cool. I really do like that a lot. But the thing is, though, it's supposed to be very useful against the portrait ghosts, because it's supposed to give you hints on how to defeat them. The problem is, almost all the time, it does not work. They don't give you any hints at all. When you're sucking up the fat ghost, for example, I think it says Mr. Lugs. They give you a hint on how to how to defeat him by scanning him and all that. Well, when it's turning, you lit the candle so you can see him. But after that, there's not really any hint on how to defeat him, because once you gotta figure out how to suck up his food and all that, and then you have to not only suck up his food, but then you have to dodge his attacks, because you pissed him off because you stole his food, which I feel kind of bad for. But at the same time, I guess these ghosts technically helped kidnap Luigi, so maybe I don't feel or Mario, so maybe I don't feel too bad for him. But still, it's he shoots fire out of his mouth. Yeah, somehow he does that. He must have ate something spicy or something that did that, but he shoots fire at you and all that, and you gotta dodge it. The problem is you don't know you're supposed to dodge it for a long time, because he does it for a long time before he actually runs out of breath, before you suck him up. And that's the problem. It's just freaking annoying. And then the same thing goes with his dog, or someone's dog out there. There's this ghost dog. You gotta outrun him too, and to make a skeleton appear and all that. And I guess to be fair, they do have a little sign out there that mentions do not make noise, because the skeleton doesn't like noise. But I don't think you really know you can just do that, So I mean, scanning the hearts just doesn't seem to really work a lot of times. It seems to be kind of annoying, most of the time. And the portrait ghosts themselves, I'm gonna say they're actually not too bad. I will say they actually add some stuff to the game. They really do add things to the game. I just wish they would make it more like you can actually scan their hearts and actually do stuff with them, Instead of making the player guess all the time, Because I remember I got stuck on that for a long time. I got stuck. I'm on Mr. Lugs and the dog out there. I got stuck on them because I didn't know I was supposed to do that. I can't remember if I got stuck on Granny too or not. Because there was a time where I kind of quit playing the game for a while because I didn't have access to the game, so I couldn't play it for a while. So I actually went back to it because I got it for I think it was my birthday or it was Christmas one year. I got it and I got stuck on that stuff. So I could have looked it up, but I like to figure out stuff myself. If you guys watch me play my Luigi's Mansion 3 gameplay, you know that, and you know how pissed off I got when I couldn't actually, finish some stuff because I was forced to look it up because the game wasn't very specific. But for the most part, I will say the puzzles and all that, they're not that bad in this game. They're really not. Compared to the third game. The third game is fucking awful with that shit. It is awful. It is awful. I will say, I did play through the game again, the third game again, because I was trying to get another copy of my save data, because I still want to go back and finish Let's Playing that game down the road. But I will say it was a lot easier once you know what you're doing. But if you don't know what you're doing and they throw these puzzles at you don't know about, then it doesn't help you and all that, But yeah, I will say it's kind of annoying there and all that. But now speaking of helping you and all that, the game actually gives you hearts. You can get hearts throughout the entire game. And all that, and I'm gonna say this. I think this kind of, it's good, and it's also kind of bad at the same time. I mean, it's good to give you HP and all that, but the thing is, though, is there's so many places you can get HP, and you can get HP in a lot of different places. And the boss rooms, like the baby room here, as you see, and then the Bogmire, and all that, and the other bosses. They'll give you huge chunks of HP before you go to face them, and even after that, they're still there. So it can kind of make it kind of annoying, when it comes to difficulty, because you're not gonna ever get a game over. You're gonna basically be fine. Now, I'm not saying I want there to be no hearts at all, because I will say the remake. I'm not gonna talk about the remake right now, but I will say they have a hidden mansion there. And they actually fixed that, where they made it harder. The problem is they made it too hard, and it was it was impossible to actually find hearts. But I feel like they should just keep them. Maybe make them smaller. They'll still be available but smaller. Or there's only certain locations you can actually get hearts. I don't know, but like I said, though, it's just kind of one thing I wanted to point out, because I feel like people are talking about getting game overs and all that, and this is kind of what I mean. It'll be impossible for you to get a game over, because it's so easy to do that. But let's go ahead and move on to the next thing, though, I want to talk about in the bosses. Here we have the bosses. Yes, the bosses. And unlike the portrait ghost, the bosses are supposed to be a little bit more difficult to fight. And I will say, for the most part, the bosses aren't really that bad. I kind of like their face. They send you to like a different realm. I don't really like the artist boss though that much. I think it's a cool idea, but he just kind of sends a bunch of horde of ghosts at you, and by a horde I mean like 3 each. So it's very easy to take them down. Like I feel like they should have made it. Well, they should have made it where the ghosts like are like split apart instead of like together in one group, because then it's too easy to take them down. You know, like it's too easy to just take down the ghost. You know, so I mean you could beat them pretty easily there, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of point that out because I thought that was kind of interesting, you know. But I do gotta say, I like too the whole concept of like Chauncey being the boss and the parents being the portrait ghost. I mean, he's also a portrait ghost too, but he's an actual boss. And for some reason, for some reason, Chauncey actually, like, you know, basically was born as a ghost. So I guess, you know, Dad and Mom must have got very busy after they died and had another child or something, you know. So but I will say though, I do kind of like the concept of, you know, that. But I do like how they reversed the roles and all that and made the baby the boss, you know. So they basically did Boss Baby before DreamWorks did actual Boss Baby. It's pretty funny, but yeah, I do gotta say I like that concept a lot. Yeah, it's a pretty good boss. You know, but speaking of bosses in Ghost, we also have the Boos and King Boo himself. So King Boo and all that, I will say, I really do like him too, and this might be a nitpick here, but I don't know, I kind of miss his old laugh, his old voice. I thought it was kind of cool. It sounds like he's still voiced by the same person, but I don't really know if that's true or not. Nintendo seems to do a pretty good job actually finding voice actors that kind of sound identical, and you can't tell them apart very well. Well, I guess except for, I don't know, Bowser and Peach. I'll say Bowser and Peach are, Bowser and Peach actually have, well, Peach's voice got higher and more girlish. Bowser's got more mannish and lower. Speaking of which, he still has his old voice actor here, because this is before they actually swapped him out. Because I think they were both swapped out, I believe, well, Peach was swapped out before, she was swapped out before, I think that, but I could be wrong, but I think she was already swapped out, but Bowser still had the same voice actor, as he did before. Because for a long time, actually, he didn't even have a voice actor for well, they gave him, like, sounds and all, like, Charles Martinet would give him sound and voices for, Mario 64, but he really didn't have a lot of voices, but they started giving him his own voice, which is pretty interesting, but that's pretty cool, though. I gotta say too, besides his voice, I really do kind of miss his older look too. See, they actually redesigned King Boo. Even in the remake, they got rid of his eyes are now like, I think are like purple now and all. He looks more like the Dark Moon version of King Boo. But I don't know, I kind of like his blue tongue and his like red eyes more. I think they were kind of cool. I don't know. I kind of wish they kind of kept that in the remake. But again, I kind of want to talk about the remake down the road, because there is that remake, you know. But yeah, speaking of the Boos, I'm gonna say right now the Boos are kind of annoying in this game. They really are. The thing is with the Boos is, one thing I want to point out about the Boos is they the boos can kind of be annoying because they'll leave like the rooms and all that, and you have to go chase after them. Honestly, I don't think that's like too bad. But I still think it's kind of annoying. Because especially when they get to like 300 HP, you gotta like leave the room like 3 or 4 times to catch them. But again, it's usually not too bad. The only thing I hate is the basement boos, because the freaking rooms they're in down there are fucking awful. I'm not kidding, they are awful. Like one of them you gotta like run around on like an icy floor. You gotta love those icy floors. And then another one you gotta like clean the sand out every single time you go in. There's like a sand room or whatever it was. I think it might be the cellar room. I think it's what it was called. I don't really pay attention to the rooms because unfortunately when you enter the room and all that, you gotta like look it up on maps, on their maps, because it does have the names of the rooms are in, but they disappear so fast when you enter them, so you don't really see them a lot without looking them up on your Game Boy Horror. But honestly, they can be very annoying to catch and all that. Another thing I think is annoying, and surprisingly, a lot of people don't point out, but they talk about this in Dark Moon. No offense to people who trash a Dark Moon, but I want to point this out here is Dark Moon does have its problems too. I'm gonna get to that game eventually, but I just wanted to point this out because the way I said it and all, I kind of wanted to point this out. But every time you catch a boo, every single time you catch one, EGAD will call you. Like every single time you catch a boo, every single time you catch one, he'll call you every time you catch a boo. I mean, you can save and all, and I'll give you some tips, but a lot of times he just says the same damn dialogue and all that. So he calls you like every time you catch him. And I mean, to be fair, I guess technically keeping him in the game and all that, that's the way to do it, which I mean, to be fair, I kind of like it, kind of don't. But I'm like, I kind of want to play the game at the same time. And you can't skip his dialogue either, you're stuck having to listen to it. So he'll even call you about like other stuff too, like when the boo's released, he'll call you there. And for some reason, he'll kick you out. He'll kick you out just for you to just to go back in the mansion again, which I don't know why he does that. I guess to set up the whole boo tracker thing, because you get a boo tracker, but it's just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of just strange seeing that, but I don't mind, finding the boos. I just don't get why he needs to, have you track him, he'll call you constantly, because he'll call you a lot. I mean, he calls you, it interrupts you quite a bit. I forgot to actually look that up before I actually did the video, because, again, he calls you a lot in Dark Moon, too, but I wanted to kind of compare what I saw. I think I might have only went to 40, because you only need 40 boos to actually beat the game, so you won't have to worry about him calling you, 40 times for the boos, because you only gotta, well, actually, less than that, because you get 15 of them for collecting the boss of the boos, which I'll get to that in a little bit, but, it's still kind of annoying. You gotta listen to that, and he'll call you a lot. I'm not kidding, a lot he'll call you. And then we got, another annoying thing I want to talk about is these fucking grabber ghosts. I was talking about the grabber ghost earlier. These are the grabber ghosts. Well, some of them at least. There's different versions of them. But these fuckers are so damn annoying. I hate these guys. I cannot stand these ghosts. So with the shitty, flashlight, you got the shitty flashlight, thing that doesn't always work. And then when you try to catch them, other ghosts, it doesn't work all the time. So sometimes you can stun them. It doesn't stun them, but it'll stun the one right next to them, even though you're facing both of them. So then they might try to choke you while they're doing it. Or you can make them disappear, and you have to worry about them popping up while you're doing that. And it's not usually a horrible thing, but sometimes it can be a huge pain. Especially in, one of the last rooms I go to in the basement. I was talking about the basement and all that. You got the room where there's, sewer system and all that. There's, 3 of them that pop up in there, and you got, these ghosts in there and all that. And all you can suck up these these green ball-looking ghosts to keep them from coming at you. The problem is I've had problems where I've left by accident before because I was trying to look for some money because Because when you catch the boobs and all that, you gotta like collect the money and all before they catch them. But once that happened, I was trying to catch them and all that, and they would disappear and all that. It's just so annoying. Even in the room where you get one of Mario's items, the glove, it's so freaking annoying. Like, it is so damn annoying because there's so many of these guys. There's like 3 of them at you, and they got you cornered. Depending on where you're at, they'll corner you if you're not careful, and they can be a huge pain to get there and all that. They're a huge pain. They're a huge pain. I do not like these ghosts. I do not like these ghosts at all. I despise them. And I mean, the ones that just grab you, it's not too bad. Which I feel like it's kind of weird. I mean, they should know personal boundaries, Maybe Luigi should just get a freaking lawyer and get get a lawyer or something and have them freaking like get them backed off of you or something. I don't know. To make sure they stay like far away from them as possible, because I just find that I just find it so weird how the other ones grab you, but it's just weird too seeing that only like one species does not like choke you, but the other ones will, even the mirror ones here, because you can see it too. You can't actually see these ones are invisible. You can't see them, but they're not as bad though as the ones in in the glove room, because those ones are awful because those ones you actually have to turn the light on, like these string or this like recording, movie projector thing to get them to appear, and you can't even tell where they're at, so they can be like behind you or in front of you. It's just so annoying. I get it's supposed to be hard, but with the flashlight and all that, it just makes it more annoying and all that, and then the fact that they grab you so easily and all that, and then the other ones can grab you too. You can lose a ton of HP with them. And I mean, it's supposed to be, again, hard, because I was talking about how easy it is, but the game is. But I think they just make that part way too annoying, and I wouldn't care as much if they again, the flashlight wouldn't screw up on me every time I'm trying to do this. But speaking of, stuff here, we've also got, we got the, elements. Yeah, I have the element stuff here. You got the elements, and you get the elements. Which by the way, I will say the elements are actually used pretty wisely in this game. This is something I will say that the other games do not have, and it kind of stinks. But they do make some of the puzzles good with these. My thing is with the elements though is I like how you have like different ones, and you have to solve different puzzles. I think it's pretty cool. I do kind of like that a lot. It's pretty cool though. Yeah, I do like that a lot. The thing is though is you gotta use them to like capture ghosts and all that. But sometimes some rooms, don't even let you know you have them. So I've gotten kind of stuck a bit before trying to get out. And this treasure room here, it's one of the sealed rooms. The hidden room / sealed room. I think this one's called the hidden room. There's these purple punchers out here that actually have elements you have to beat with fire. I think they're ice ones, and you don't even know that until you actually go in there. I mean, I guess they do have a candle in there, but you might not even know you can get fire from there because of that. So it can be kind of annoying, and all. Plus. The way to get into this secret room is you actually have to go. You have to find a secret mouse hole and then scan it and make it appear. I'll make the sucky thing appear. Which honestly is honestly that's one of the things I don't like is it took me forever to find this room. It took me forever to find it. I was looking on the Game Boy Horror and knew there was a gray area here, but I didn't know how to access it. I knew there was. Well, I found it was funny. I didn't actually know there was a room there. I was thinking there was something there, but apparently you gotta find this random mouse hole. Screenshot with your horror, and then go through the hole, and then that's where you end up with the room to get to the purple punchers with the ice. it's just really weird. It's just like weird and very unpredictable. You have to do this again with the doghouse too. So it took me a while to actually get through that area too, because I didn't know I was supposed to like scan like the doghouse. So there's like jerkish moments like that in the game, but it does have a lot of treasure in there. You could get a lot of treasure. I beat the game without you actually getting this treasure. No, I have. I'm not kidding. Like, I've gotten the highest, amount of money, because you can literally get it really easily. And I think it was like an hour or so I beat the game and got all the money. I think, or maybe it was 2 hours. I can't remember. It wasn't very long. The game isn't very long at all in general. Like, you can skip a lot of cash and actually get it. But yeah, I will say though, it's probably why the ghosts are kind of, pissed and all that too, because we're taking their treasure and all that. They take our treasure and we take their treasure and all that. But I don't know. But yeah, I will say though, I do like the element effect and all that. It's pretty nice. But yeah, it's a pretty nice effect. But I do wish the puzzles were a bit better. And speaking of, other money things, there's also the mice, too. And I'll say, unlike the Speedy Spirits, the mice are things I actually love and hate at the same time. What do you mean by that? Well, some mice, some of them you actually have to keep going in rooms over and over again to get the mice. Yeah, you have to go in there over and over again, and there's somewhere you just find cheese laying around that's like hidden, and you scan the cheese, and that's where you get the money there. So it's just really weird. Again, it's weird, just having we have random mice. Again, mice just we got random mice just you gotta find by scanning cheese and all that. And some of them, like I said, some of them are just random in general. They're not out. They don't come out of nowhere with the cheese. They come out of nowhere in general, where you just have to enter a room so many times. And I've tried looking up the Wikipedia. I tried figuring out ways to just come in there. I feel like you just have to randomly get the mice, and they're fucking so annoying to get, because a lot of them you have to go in the hallway or rooms many times to get them, and the final mouse, the final one, and the sealed room, my god, that one is the absolute worst to get. Because the problem is you have to go all the way to the top of the roof to get it. So if you don't get the mouse, you have to go all the way back to the bottom. You have to because it's a sealed room. You have to scan the meter, because by the way, you can do that. You can scan the meter, because that actually stumped me too before. I didn't know you could scan meters, and it can take you back to the front entrance. But that you basically have to go to literally the start of the game again, just to go all the way back to the top of the floor. And it takes forever to get back up there too. It does. So trying to get all the money up there, and all that, it's gonna be pretty much tedious to do. I mean, you don't have to do it, but if you're like me and want to 100% the game, it can be really annoying to do that. So I kind of wish they would just make it, they could have just turned that one into a cheat, or in general, they can make them where you have to do something to make them randomly appear in the rooms, instead of having to just walk in there or something. Because it's just freaking annoying. It's annoying to do that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that they do that stuff. I hate that. But I hate that they do that with the freaking mice. So, yeah, they're just fucking annoying and all that in the game. Well, some of them can be not as bad, but most of them, are annoying. I think, speaking of bizarre stuff, I also want to talk about the whole element thing, too, because I forgot to mention this. We have the doors on fire. There's 2 of them in the entire mansion. But what I'm surprised is the fire isn't freaking burning down the mansion. I guess because it's a fake mansion and all that, maybe they don't have to worry about anything. But I'm just if there's if it's burning the place down, I figured they would at least I feel like they'd be a little concerned or something, but Good thing they had Luigi there to stop fires, I guess. But yeah, I just found that kind of weird. So you can actually use the element stuff for that stuff like that too. And speaking of using elements, you can also use the element to peek on this lady here in the shower too. I forgot what her name was. It's Miss something. It was a P, I think. This ghost is very odd. Out of all the portrait ghosts, this one's the most odd. Because she's actually, she's a pig, but she can talk and she moves like an actual human. So I kind of find that odd, like how there's a dog in this game that can't speak, but she can speak, and she looks very odd. Also, how come Luigi goes in there and, disturbs her shower? I mean, I know you have a job to do, but that just seems kind of a bit disturbing, I'm like, just pull the freaking curtains down, like, what a perv, right? What a perv. But again, I guess to be fair, technically she had a key to one of the rooms that had Mario's items in it, so you have to suck her up, but still, it's very weird. And then we get to the last part of the game. The last big thing I want to talk about. I was talking about the bosses, how most of them are actually not that bad. Most of them are pretty good. But yeah, most of the bosses are good. I told you I didn't really care for the artist one that much, but he still wasn't, like, that bad. But then we got the next boss, or one of the last bosses here, and this one you're forced to catch her too. Like the other bosses. And that is Boo Losses. And my god, this would piss off any speedrunner who actually speedruns it. I'll say the game's music isn't that bad. I do wish there was more music in the game. But I really do like the Boo Losses theme. But my god, I hate the boss fight itself. It is so freaking annoying. Like, it's not even hard, it's just freaking annoying. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to, like, get the boss, to the spikes, unicorns, and all that. The thing is, though, it's very easy to do that. You don't even have to, like, suck on the ghost. That was something I found out later on. You could just, like, suck on the ghost, and, like, but you could literally just make him bounce and hit the spikes on the unicorn statues, and it would shrink him down. It would shrink him, down more and all that. The problem is, though, is as you capture the ghost, it frees them, which is a cool concept. The thing is, though, is when you get down to the last few, it'll zoom in so close that you can't even see where they're coming from. So it's fucking annoying. I'm not even kidding. It's annoying to catch the ghost. It's really annoying. Like, I wish they wouldn't zoom in so damn close, but they do. They freaking zoom in so damn close just to catch the ghost. So yeah, they just zoom in so close. So that's kind of just why I don't really like the boss. And like I said, in his big form, it's so easy to actually get him to hit the spike that he's not really a threat at all. So, like, I thought they should have made it a little bit tougher or something, and less tedious, because they make it way too easy to pop him and then, like, to catch him and all that, and then, like, make it tedious to get the last two. I'll tell you, I had to play the game, like, I think it was 17 times. 17 times to capture the Boo. The Boo portrait. Because I haven't brought that up yet, but this game has portraits you can get rankings on. Because I said the portrait ghost. They're called portrait ghosts for a reason. But he's a pain in the butt to get, and but I actually finally did get him and all, but it took forever to get him. It really did. Just because of how hard he was to catch and all that, and because of how much, because unlike the portrait ghost where you have to suck him up in one swoop, with the boss ghost you have to do him without taking as much damage. And I took too much damage, and it took me forever to get it, because the thing is, though, is you can redo the battle, but you have to, like, go all the way back at the top. So I kind of wish you could just redo the boss. Just redo the boss instead of having to do all of this just to catch the Boo. I think that's just, to get the gold frame. It's just freaking annoying, and I do not like it. I don't like it at all. It's just one of those things that I just literally cannot stand. I cannot stand at all. But for the most part, though, I will say the game is not too bad. But there are problems I have with the game. There are problems. Well, speaking of which, before I actually do give this game a score, I do want to state that I was talking about the portrait, the portrait ghost and all that. And the portrait ghost, you get rewarded for doing a good job with the portrait ghost. Like depending on your how well you do. The problem is the reward sucks because a lot of times the ghosts look freaking awful when you. So like if you get a gold portrait of like Bogmire and the bulldog, the ghost dog, you'll get black versions of something. The ghost dog looks all freaking black. Like his textures look way off, and then the Bogmire, I guess to be fair, technically with Bogmire, you do get a little shadow version of him, but honestly, I would have preferred to have the original version of him, or to have like a painting showing him, like with this shadow form. That would have been cool. Actually, that would have been. I think they actually do have that in the game. They should have swapped it around instead of having. So the reward for getting, you get rewarded for, basically you get rewarded for, basically, well, you get rewarded poorly for basically, catching the ghost and all that for a lot of them. I mean, the frames do look pretty cool and all that, but again, the concept art that they give the ghost when you catch them for doing a good job fucking sucks. It really does. But for the most part, I will say the game itself is not that bad. I will say it's not bad at all. I think it's definitely, it's got problems with it. The game's got problems, and I would prefer, if they didn't have all these problems with it. But the game itself is not too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and say this game deserves, in my opinion, a good. Yes, this game deserves a good. And then I'm going to give it a score here. 93 points. Yeah, 93 points. Yeah, I'm sure some people might not be happy with this score, but I'm giving it 93 points because this game, honestly, it has a lot of frustrating moments. But I still like going back and playing the game sometimes because I do like the concept of being able to go through the game, and they have the portrait ghost and all that, and I do like the bosses for the most part. Even though I do not like Boolossus, I hate him, and I do like the whole concept of being able to just explore an entire mansion, It's pretty fun, and the music's really not that bad either. I don't care for the music, as much as the other games, but it's still really catchy. It really still holds up well, but, also there's something I want to, say about, beating the game. For some reason, beating the game, you get this thing, where it'll say how many times you beat the game. I'm not really sure why it says that, but it does. That's actually how I know I played the game 17 times to get the freaking gold portrait for the Boolossus fight, because it literally keeps track of how many times you play the game, and I'm not sure why. It's the only game that I'm aware of that does that, even the remake, I don't think the remake even, has that counter on there, so I don't know why they have it there, but, I don't know, but I just wanted to kind of share that. I guess I will say, too, I kind of wish, when you beat the boss and all that, you could, you could beat King Boo, you can go back and, play the game again and find rooms you still need to complete, so I have to start the whole game back over again. Because they're kind of forced to go back, start the game back over again. I don't really like that at all. But, unfortunately, they make you start it back over and all that regardless, and that's the thing, though, too, it's a 50th Boo and all that. You get rewarded for you know, collecting all 50 boos, but again, I didn't know you for a long time you got that, because I didn't know about the hidden room and all that. Well, I didn't even know how to access to it. I knew kind of something was off about it, because it was the only room that wasn't lit. And I was thinking maybe it could be a map thing or something, but it didn't look like it was outside the map. I just didn't know how to access it. But I will say, though, it was, again, the room itself, like, again, I didn't know you had to, I didn't know, again, there was 50 boos. So, because I thought King Boo was the 50th one, and I wouldn't have known that if it let me go back to the game again, instead of actually forcing me to beat it. But it makes me beat the game. So, yeah, it's just kind of it's just something I wanted to say. And plus, if you could turn on the hallway lights, it would honestly make catching the boos even faster, because that's just what takes it a little bit longer to, because if they go outside in the hallway, you can't catch them as easily, especially in the last area, because the lights are, not on in the hallway, and you can only catch them if they're not in the hallway. You can take HP from them in the hallway, except when they're, like, I think down to 1 or 0, but you can't actually catch them in the hallway, and even then, the darkness actually slows down the boo's HP. So yeah, I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool if you could redo the game, but I don't know. But oof, that was a very long video, a very hard one to make. I don't know if I'm going to continue making them like this or not, because it was kind of annoying. And plus, I actually noticed I did not get all the, like, I had pictures for the portrait ghost and all that, and I don't actually have those. So I don't have the pictures of the portrait ghost. So because I don't have, like, I was gonna show off, like, topics I was gonna talk about, like that, and then, like, EGAD, So I had, like, images for them, but unfortunately, it didn't go too well. It messed up, so I don't have them. I have them, but I don't know, somehow I forgot to include them, and that's probably because, again, there's too many images for me to focus on. So I might go back to just doing not as much. But I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and let things go from here and all that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry about the video being a little bit sloppy with the images, and also I had to someone call me, but it's all good now. It's all good. Anywho, see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it was late, but I had a lot of things to do. But anywho, bye-bye.